we'll begin with a question from Joe Bettner, and then we'll go to Eric Bailey. Joe? I'm sorry. Yeah, Joe.
Hey, Nick. Curious with just kind of how the offseason was, curtailed and a bit of a different fall camp. Curious where you guys feel like you are as a defense, considering maybe where you might have been a year ago with the full offseason.
I think overall as a group, we had a lot of guys that played ball last year that returned this year, and I feel like overall, we know what we're supposed to do. I feel like we know where we're supposed to be, and last game I feel like it showed. We were making more plays out there. We were more confident in what we were doing. So I would just say, definitely, we have some experience coming back that, that helped us from last year to this year. So.
Do you feel like the offseason stunted your defense's growth at all, though?
Definitely, as well as, other teams in the country, but, we're doing what we can. We're not trying to make excuses, we're just doing what we're supposed to do, no matter what hit us. And, at the end of the day, we still got to go play ball on these Saturdays. So.
Thanks, Nick.
Okay, Eric Bailey and then Jason Kersey.
Hey, Nick, I wanted to ask you, can you kind of describe your friendship with Jon-Michael Terry, and how much have you guys grown at your position with the work you guys get to put in together at that spot?
Yeah, me and John are really close. We always talk on a daily. At practice, we're always joking around with each other. During the game, if he sees something that I do wrong, he'll be quick to tell me about it, as do I with him. But, just off the field and, on the field, we have a really close relationship.
Thanks, Nick. Sure.
Okay, Jason Kersey and then Ryan Aber.
Hey, Nick, I'm just wondering, what do you think a game like the Texas game, the way you guys won, the fact that you played pretty well on defense for most of the game, what can that do for the team moving forward?
I think it was huge. It can show us, what we can do when we do what we're supposed to do, when we do our job and finish plays. And, we couldn't do it, through all 4 quarters, but, it just showed us the potential that we can do it. And then now we just got to, do that and then just finish the whole way through. And, sky's the limit for this defense, man. I'm telling you, I can really see it, and it showed through 3 quarters, and now we just got to finish.
Thanks.
Okay, Ryan Aber and then Parker Thune.
Yeah, Nick, both Lincoln and Alex have talked about the diversity of your game this year versus a year ago. As far as the way you're able to impact this defense. What do you think has changed about your game and improved about your game, and how much room is there for you to grow?
I feel like I still have a lot to grow in my game. There's still some stuff that I would love to improve on a lot. And, as far as from last year to this year, I'll probably just say being more comfortable and knowing what I'm doing. And then just playing, 100% when I'm on the field and not too much thinking, just, going out there and leaving it on the field, really. So I would probably just say just being more comfortable and knowing what I'm doing.
Appreciate it, Nick.
Parker and then Bob Prisbillo.
Yeah, Nick, you guys had 9 sacks against Texas last year, had 6 this year. Do you think the magnitude of that game and just the bitterness of that rivalry helped you guys rise to the occasion a little bit on Saturday?
Most definitely. We knew it was a rival game, and defensively, it starts with us up front. And we just wanted to set the tone, for what this game was going to be like. We wanted to come out and punch them in the mouth. And I feel like we did that pretty well. Like I said, we just got to finish, through all 4 quarters. But, I'm really proud of the way the D-line played. We played tough from the beginning, and, we just got to finish better. But, I really love the way we played.
Okay, Bob, and then James.
Yeah, Nick, you practiced with David Aguebu a bunch last year. What's it like seeing him move inside and how he's been able to pick that up so fast?
Yeah, and I knew David was a kid, no matter where you put him, he was going to be a playmaker regardless, whether it's at rush, whether it's at Mike or Will. And, I knew he'd be able to pick it up, and I knew once he'd actually, get a chance to play in the game, you see he'll be able to make plays no matter where. So, it's good because, he has that versatility where he can play inside and outside. So, I'm just proud of the way he's playing right now, and, he's just doing a really good job.
Okay, let's go to James and then Keegan.
Hey, Nick, Nick, during COVID, things are different when you have a bye week. We talked to the coaches about it, what they have to go through. Can you give us an idea what it's like right now? Because normally some of you guys would go home or you plan to go out a little bit. It's a totally different deal with COVID, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a totally different deal. And, we just got to realize, right now we got to make sacrifices. And, if it's to not go home, if it's to not go out on the weekends, then we got to do it because, not only could it hurt yourself, but it could possibly end up hurting this team. So, we just got to make these sacrifices, for this year, as long as it lasts, really. And, just, make the most of it so we can finish the season and, have aspirations for what we want as a team. So
you watch a lot of ball, play a lot of video games. What do you guys do?
Exactly. We just watch football on the weekends, and that's really it.
Okay, thanks, man.
There.
Okay, Keegan and then Carrie.
Nick, obviously, Texas and Parker just mentioned a second ago with your guys' sack totals, but it seems like over the last 2 years since Grinch has been here, the defensive lines has had an impact almost in every single game with your guys' ability to get pressure on the quarterback, stuff the running game. How much pride do you guys take in that whenever you guys get in the film room on Sundays and see that you guys are impacting the game the way you guys are?
We take a lot of pride on it because, our coaches make a big deal of how, it all starts up front, with, offensively and defensively. So, if defensive line is not setting the tone, no telling, how the game's going to go. So I feel like if the defensive line sets the tone, we're in the backfield, we're causing havoc back there. We're going to make it hard for quarterbacks. We're going to make it hard for running backs. And it's just going to be better overall for our defense. So defensive line really takes pride in, just making pressure and being disruptive.
Okay, Kerry Murdoch.
Hey, Nick, we were talking to Coach Grinch, and he was talking about, he talks to you guys about, you're not a leader until you're consistent and you're making plays. And you guys can use a little bit of leadership. Do you start to feel like you're kind of becoming one of those guys? And what's that like, amongst you and your teammates when you do want to step up and you do want to say things, but that you've got to be accountable to how you play on the field?
Yeah, and I would agree with Coach Grinch. I'm not really the talkative type on the field. I'm not the rah-rah guy. If I do lead, I want to go out and set an example with my play. And I wanted to inspire others as well to go out there and make plays as well. So, I feel like we have a lot of guys that can do that on this defense. And, like Coach Grinch said, that's probably the best way to lead for me. If I see a guy making plays like K9, like just to give you an example, that inspires me. And now I want to go out and make a play. When I go out and make a play, it makes other guys want to go out and make plays. So I feel like it's a very efficient way to lead.
That's the best way you think to lead on this defense right now?
That's me personally, though.
Thanks, Nick.
Okay, Nick, we've got one more. We'll go back to Joe Bettner.
Nick, you already touched on it a little bit, but I've noticed that you've tweeted a lot about like the NBA. I'm curious if that's a normal part of what you would be doing, COVID or not. Also, is LeBron James the GOAT?
That's an easy question. Of course he's the GOAT. LeBron, especially since he just does so many things off the court as well that, for society and, obviously on the court, nobody can mess with him. But, even without COVID, I'm always tweeting about basketball. My teammates are always, getting on me for it and stuff. But, it's just something I like to do.